How is St. Lucie County working with the seventh largest city in the state to navigate these uncharted waters surrounding COVID-19? Find out next on Inside St. Lucie. Hello and welcome to this edition of Inside St. Lucie, SLC TV's monthly government affairs show. I'm your host, Eric Gill, Communications Director for St. Lucie County, and on today's show we're going to take a closer look at the partnerships and the relationships between St. Lucie County and the City of Port St. Lucie. My guest today will be St. Lucie County Commissioner Sean Mitchell and Port St. Lucie Councilwoman Jolene Carballo. But before we meet our guest, here's some upcoming events and announcements from the Board of County Commissioners. The St. Lucie County Aquarium and Regional History Center have reopened to the public with restrictions to help slow the spread of the COVID-19 virus. For details on the new hours and admission process, visit stlucieco.gov/aquarium. Are you or your business still feeling the economic impact from COVID-19? St. Lucie County has created a website with all the resources available to help you and your local business. Visit recoverstlucie.org for details. Now for the latest updates about all St. Lucie County Commission meetings, workshops, and events, be sure to visit our website at stlucieco.gov and click on our comprehensive calendar in the lower right-hand corner. And if you'd like to be added to our press release distribution list, send us an email at pio@stlucieco.org. We also hope you'll follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. We're going to take a quick break. Before we do, we're going to check in with the latest economic development stats with another St. Lucie Works. The COVID-19 pandemic hit the tourism industry hard. Bed tax revenue in March dropped 50% compared to 2019. Overall building activity decreased slightly by 9% in March compared to February, with 1,009 permits issued. However, it was still 200 more permits than in March of 2019. Revenue for that same time frame decreased by 29%, generating roughly $199,910. According to the Florida Realtors Association, the median home sale price in St. Lucie County in March was $242,743, up 5.5% from last year, while condo values dropped by 10.5%, with the median price at $196,000. St. Lucie County's unemployment rate rose in March to 5.3% compared to February's 3.7%. Statewide, the unemployment rate was 4.3%. Yet the manufacturing industry, education and health services, and leisure and hospitality industries grew faster in the metro area than the rest of the state throughout the year. Because of COVID-19, there were 14,400 unemployed residents in the region, with the biggest impact in the leisure and hospitality services industry. If you work for a local business looking for skilled or trained labor, be sure to contact the staff at CareerSource as they can assist your company with its recruitment and training needs. And if you're an individual looking for a job, they can help you as well. Contact CareerSource online at careersourcerc.com or call 1-866-4U2-HIRE. Welcome back to Inside St. Lucie. I'm your host, Eric Gill, and I'm joined by Councilwoman Jolene Carballo with the City of Port St. Lucie. St. Lucie County Commissioner Sean Mitchell, thank you both for coming on the show. In the middle of this pandemic, I'd shake your hands, but I want to make sure we keep some social distancing.
Absolutely, sir. Nice to see you.
We did have our temperature check beforehand. We got our wristbands and everything.
Yes, we did.
So thank you for coming on. It's the first time you've been in our studio?
Well, actually, no. I've been here before to see some of the New York Mets interviews before.
Okay.
Yep, the shows with Paul. And I've enjoyed those a couple times, but first time officially here as councilwoman in position.
Well, thank you. And Commissioner, thank you for coming back on the show.
Indeed, my pleasure.
I want to start with talk about the partnerships between the city and county. And I've worked for St. Lucie County now almost over 17 years. And you all are fairly both new in your positions as elected officials. And there was a time when the relationship between the city and county wasn't always great, but it's not been that way the last few years. What do you attribute that to?
All I can tell you is that 2 years ago when I ran for office, I wanted to meet all the different elected officials throughout our county, whether it was Fort Pierce or Port St. Lucie. Councilman Carballo was kind enough to meet with me. We went, when I first got elected, we met for breakfast one day, and I had a budget book about this big, and I just wanted to pick her brains because she's in the seat already. And done nothing but have a spirit of cooperation together. I'm a Port St. Lucie resident for 31 years, so it's near and dear to me. I want to have good relationships because that's how you move the ball forward.
Yeah, and I agree absolutely. I think that in my position, Sean and I actually share district lines.
Yes.
And so we have the same constituents, and it was important for me to spend some time with him to see any way that I can help him. And I think that we have a great partnership. And anytime I need something on the county level, Sean, I call and Commissioner Mitchell picks up that phone and says, how can I help you, Councilwoman? And it's the same for us at the city. You know, it's just having that open line of communication and be able just to just share our challenges, but also work together when we can make things better for our citizens.
Yeah, and I think even down to the staff level, I have a great relationship with Sarah and the folks in the communication staff there. In fact, I played McCarty Ranch disc golf course this weekend and took some pictures, and next thing I know, they were sharing them on social media and giving us credit. So, you know, so. Absolutely,
and I think that, you know, when you look at the diversity that we have on both dioceses, it really does help, and you have a lot of homegrown people that understand their community in depth. And I think that we're one St. Lucie County, and I feel that the city and the county have both been able to really push that message along collectively whenever we can do that with the public.
Yeah, and Commissioner, I know you're not a native, but 30 years in Port St. Lucie, that's like half the city's lifetime, right?
Oh,
you know, but
when I first moved here,
I'm only 29, Sean. It's okay.
Yeah, I know you are. I'm the old guy in the room, but I moved here in 1991, and I believe there was around 40,000 people that lived in Port St. Lucie. And Councilwoman, how many today?
Say again? 40,000, about over 200,000 in the city of Port St. Lucie.
Seventh largest?
Seventh largest in the state, third largest in land size. We're pretty big.
Yeah.
And you're a product of Port St. Lucie, right?
Yes.
School system?
Yes.
And you got interested in government through an internship, I read.
Well, so I was born in Palm Beach Gardens, so I'm a native Floridian my entire life. I moved here in 1991, and I was 11, and I grew up in the St. Lucie County school system. And in that time, I was blessed enough to have the opportunity to be in government affairs. And they actually made me Marian Cernuto's councilwoman.
Wow.
And she kind of took me under her wing even from that point on and really kind of pushed me along and said, oh, you're going to be doing my job one day. And when internships came up at the school level, they gave me the opportunity to be an intern for Nina Baranski, our former public relations director.
I remember Nina when I was a reporter.
Yeah, so it was. So I probably talked to you at one point in time, maybe made some copies for you, and she would send me to the copier and say, you know, Jolene, we need you to do this. So it was an honor. I learned a lot about government, but you know, it was something that I was passionate about. I just never knew that I was going to be aligned to be able to have the opportunity.
Yeah. It's our County Administrator Howard Tipton recently spoke to a bunch of students at RSC who were interested in government. And he said, you know, government's one of the last sectors that you can go into, and there's all kinds of different jobs. You know, there's electricians, there's communications folks, there's video folks, there's engineers, computer IT folks. You know, it's an industry that has a multifaceted career paths.
Absolutely.
You know, so we're here on the front lines during the pandemic, which is something unique. And I know the city and county have worked closely with Christina, your emergency management folks, have been on the conference calls. It's been strange on the PIO side and the EOC because typically during hurricane season, everybody's there in the room. This time it's been a virtual EOC as best we can. But how have you all adjusted during this time? And how are you guys keeping informed?
Well, first and foremost, you've had between the Economic Development Council, the Chamber, the city, and the county, very informative. They're almost daily. You can get an update of what's going on today. Like the governor had an edict where people that have mortgages or rents, they're going to another month until July 1st. So I think they've done a really good job. And this segued into this pandemic, I think, brought about technology. Because in my other profession, I have had meetings, virtual meetings before, and it saves our plan so much money because if we had a healthcare meeting, for example, and I had to go to Atlanta, so you have to fly to Atlanta, you got to stay in a hotel overnight. Well, this is teaching us that there's ways that you can still have a meeting and get business done in a timelier fashion. And you know, you got to have your shirt and tie on, but you could be wearing shorts under the
your flip-flops under the table,
yes,
right?
But you know, I think it's been one good thing that came through this pandemic is that we are stepping up our game with technology.
Yeah, and I think it emphasizes the need for high-speed internet and fiber, and I know the city's got a big fiber project going on, so the county's looking to see if we can tap into that.
Yes.
Yeah, well, we do. We have a lot of fiber going in, and we're very fortunate to continue forward in our technology program. And one of the common questions that I get asked, even during the pandemic, is Councilwoman, what is the craziest thing that you've experienced with being an elected official? Or talk to me about what you didn't expect in the job. And I can tell you personally, I thought about hurricanes.
Sure.
I thought about potential issues, when you have crime issues and those kind of things. You think about all those different scenarios that you're going to face as an elected official. Never, ever, ever, ever did I foresee a pandemic, and I don't think anybody did. And so this is when you're put to the test, and your mettle is tested to see how strong you really are. And I feel that the county has done an excellent job. County Administrator Tipton, he really led the charge, because a lot of people don't understand that the county really takes the lead on the emergency management process. And then we do what we can to support our local area as far as a municipality. And Mr. Blackburn, our city manager, who's our chief person, has also worked very well at the county. And technology is one of those things that I think we've all kind of learned that there are possibilities for advancement. I feel that everyone's a creature of habit. And so businesses have learned that you could be more efficient. Our city manager said recently in the last meeting that he's noticing an uptick in efficiency and performance levels in our staff that are working from home. So that might be an option. And I think the challenge in government is always finding great help. I think every business has had problems finding great help, right? And so having that ability to kind of flex people's schedules or give them a different way to work gives us a competitive edge potentially in the future.
So, I know that's something the county's talked about for the last year and a half. We have over 1 million square footage of building space and that's a huge capital cost and asset. But if we could reduce the amount of size, like you said, some divisions can work from home, maybe have a shared office space when you need to come in and access, there's cost savings there, and then put stuff back on the tax rolls.
Yeah,
so
infrastructure is not cheap.
Yeah.
And we were even talking about our plans. We have over 1,000 employees. How many do you guys have?
About 850.
850,
Right,
somewhere around there.
We have over about 1,000 staff members, and my city manager was already having discussions in our meetings about, Councilwoman, we might have to consider how we're going to expand to be able to accommodate the level of staff that we have in the future. This is going to open up some doors for us and help bring additional cost savings to the taxpayers, which is key.
Now, you mentioned hurricane season. I don't want to jinx it, but we are officially in hurricane season. There's already been 2 named storms in the first 2 days.
Well, there's a third one.
Welcome to Florida.
So, and I know we've got in fact, Commissioner, I think we got an email from an HOA this week, people concerned about how we're moving forward with the pandemic. And Public Safety Department has a plan. Typically, when we have about 12 shelters that we work with the school district on to open, but we don't always open all 12 of them. This summer, we might have to. We may have to open more than we would, which again...
Cross your fingers.
Yeah, exactly. But, and people ask, the reporters always ask, well, the projection's higher than usual. And I usually say it doesn't matter. It only takes one.
That's right.
If your area, ask the Bahamas, It doesn't matter what the projections are. If you get hit, it's devastating. And a jog 20 miles to the west would have been a different story for us.
It was coming straight at us.
Yeah.
I remember we were standing there at the EOC, and we would do a press conference, and I had my son or my daughter-in-law, I forget, said, "Dad, how come you're not smiling?" And I said, "Well, there's nothing really to smile about." I was concerned.
Yeah,
I really was. I thought we were going to get a direct hit.
Yeah.
And by the grace of God, we got lucky.
But we have taken those precautions into our planning this year. We may open more shelters.
If I could take a point of personal privilege, I have so much respect for our county and the people that work here, especially when you go through an emergency like that. You always see it from the outside. As a citizen, I always saw it, and I didn't give it as much thought as maybe as I should have, but these people are the real deal. And I've seen it even more so with this pandemic, where we came out with a safer at home policy, and the governor came out almost with an identical one the next day. And that was from our staff, from our administration, from our attorneys, and we've got a good county here, and a great city, of course, too.
Absolutely. And again, it's about those collaborations, because I know during the last year when AOC was activating, some of your council folks were there, city manager was there, and Christina, your emergency management representative was there, and to make sure those lines of communications are going. So one of the messages, though, is to remind people they need to think about COVID-19 and their hurricane plan.
So that's something that I mentioned I believe in my comments in the last council meeting, maybe meeting before. And it is not just important to think about your supplies and your issues that you typically do for June. You need to be doing that. If you haven't done that in your hurricane list, your basic hurricane list in the check, go out and do it right now. Yeah. Why is that? Because not only are we dealing with COVID and the potential of the shelters and the PPE and everything else that could potentially happen, Do you want to be in a grocery store with 300 people at the same time, all trying to get water at the same time,
toilet paper.
batteries at the same time? And so that's, it's being proactive and thinking ahead to ensure that your safety is our chief concern.
Paramount.
I always tell people the most important thing that I do is safety, health, and welfare. And as long as I check off one of those three things, those are my priorities for the citizen. So nothing is more important. Just make sure you're getting your supplies, getting them now when the stores are empty.
Yeah, that's what we usually say. So pick up an extra pack of batteries at the store. Take an extra gallon of water. You don't need to hoard it like we saw with some things earlier this year in the pandemic, but pick up supplies while you can.
Well, and that's the thing. If you pick it up here little at a time, you're not going to need to hoard it. You're not going to feel that need to have to say, oh my gosh, what if I run out? You're going to know that I'm prepared. It gives you that comfort.
Yeah.
It's important.
And check where you live in the evacuation zones, because this summer if we have a storm or event, we may tell people you're better off sheltering in place versus going to
That's
a
correct.
public shelter. Now, if you live in a manufactured home or a low-lying area, Bear Island, then obviously you're going to need to leave and seek shelter somewhere else. But you may be better off going to a friend's west of town. As long as they're all COVID-free. But they're still testing.
I think you'll see more this time if that occurs, that you'll see family members and friends staying with each other. Instead of going to a
shelter.
In a shelter, the most vulnerable people we want to make sure we take care of.
Exactly. Our special medical needs shelter, the pet shelters, the registration's open right now for folks that haven't registered already. Please go online and do so. They can go to the county website, stlucieco.gov/EOC, and register for those facilities. If you have dialysis or oxygen, you need that power supply. So. Let's shift gears a little bit on the economic development front, because you mentioned a little bit about with the recovery plan, and we created a website called recoverstlucie.org. There's also recoverpsl.org, but it's sort of a one-stop shop for all residents. And when they go there, they can put their address in and say, oh, I'm a Port St. Lucie resident, so here's where I go for housing assistance if I'm in the city or
And there's grant money out there.
There is. So
for people with mortgage problems or rent problems at the current time.
And each municipality has its own business navigator, which is also reaching out to the business community to help them for the salons that have been closed for 6 weeks or 8 weeks or however long it was, or the restaurants that are opening back up, and they may find now that, well, the wait staff doesn't want to come back to work. They've switched to something else, or they're going to be a stay-at-home mom now. So there's probably, like you said, there's always tough to find good employees.
No, there is, and the city of Port St. Lucie, and I know the county's done similar programs, and also the city of Fort Pierce, our neighbor, our sister city, has done several different things for housing assistance, and we had about $200,000 for a separate developer fund that was earmarked for affordable housing, and we went ahead and applied that fund immediately to help with rental and mortgage assistance. I think we got around 1,600 calls in one day, and we shut the program down. But we're still awaiting an additional $600,000 from the CDBG funds, from the federal funds, to apply for rental and mortgage assistance. The good news is, because ourselves, the council, wanted to make sure that was seamless. We found a way to kind of bring it together so everyone doesn't have to reapply, because the big problem, I think, hasn't necessarily even been the assistance. It's getting access to that assistance. And so we're trying to do what we can at the local level to make it as easy for everyone as possible. And then as far as businesses, we do have our business navigator on point. The EDC obviously has been a huge partner. Council is currently and continues to strive to find solutions for the business community. We've advocated a bunch of different issues. We're still working through that, and hopefully we'll have some other ideas that we can put forward in the near future.
And businesses have become creative too.
Yeah.
I'll talk about Big Apple Pizza and Scott Van Duzer, for example. He did a thing called Dr. Singh, who does the heroes when they fly up to Washington, D.C. And he made a generous donation. And what Scott and Dr. Singh did was, anybody who knows somebody
Honor
in a nursing
flights.
home,
Yes.
honor flights, thank you.
Yes.
I was trying to think of that.
I was supposed to go on May 30th, and we'll do it in the fall. But long story short, they gave him a T-shirt, a card from one of the children in the neighborhood saying, hey, we're thinking about you, because, a lot of these families can't see their grandma or their grandpa. They're stuck and they can't. So it was called Slices for Seniors. Fantastic thing. Then they collaborated with CareerSource, and they had some job fairs out at there. And what they did was, instead of somebody who would feel guilty saying, oh, okay, they're giving me a handout because I'm not working, they're going to give me a pizza. Well, they reinvented the wheel and said, no, if you come and apply, and there's a lot of jobs out there, believe it or not, there's a lot of good paying jobs throughout our county with the property appraiser's office, through CareerSource. Who else was there that day? There was a
County.
restaurant. Yeah, the
Yeah.
county, and it's a success. So people came there and applied for jobs, and they left with a pizza. So it's just thinking outside the box, and that's what makes our county so unique.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You know, I think about the way that the city and the county have been able to maintain employment in some areas,
Yeah.
as well as construction.
Yeah.
The city
Oh.
of Port St. Lucie has not stopped when it comes to building during COVID. It's amazing that our building department continues to have the permits. We're still building at that high level, which helps our construction jobs. Road work has taken place. So we are definitely doing everything we can to keep people as employed as much as we can.
Yeah, I was going to mention that because you all even right before the pandemic had a drive-through area. Your building was
Yes.
set up
Yeah.
conveniently enough to do a drive-through permit
Perfect
submittal.
timing, yeah.
Yes.
And then we shifted too at the county.
Yeah.
I think building permits in both March and April
Oh.
were higher than the year
Yes.
before.
Previous year,
So government was still working. We were still taking plans, and we started doing things online,
Mm-hmm.
taking submittals online.
Yeah, we're doing submittals online. We're doing virtual site
Inspections?
like virtual
We're
inspections,
not
which
there
is
yet,
great.
but we're,
Yeah.
get, we
We're
should
working
be soon.
towards it.
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
working toward it.
we're doing virtual inspections,
Yeah.
which, I mean, all these programs we're continuing to keep in place. We're thinking about how to keep these in place so those individuals can work with a seamless process, also a faster process when they're trying to get things going. And that really does help the economy. One of the things that I've learned being in elected office is it's not really necessarily about can they do it, do they have the money to do it, it's how fast can I get it done.
That's correct.
And so providing that high quality level of customer service is key. If I may go around, because we always exchange and share ideas, you and I want to share with you that we've done a call from City Hall.
Okay.
And it's this really cool program that individuals, like you said, that may not have had the outreach, can get outreach from us at the city.
Okay.
And so you nominate an individual.
All right.
We had a graduate, a 2020 graduate that I contacted, a gentleman who is at home, who is retired, whose daughter hasn't seen him in a month because of. So we've had some of those stories.
Yeah.
And myself, the mayor, the other council members, our chief of police, city manager may pick up the phone and give him a call and say, hey, just want to check on you, see how it's going.
Yeah.
So
And that goes a long way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It really, really does. And just to add to that, I know we had talked before, like, Commissioner, what did you do during the pandemic to eat up your time, or to do? Yes, I did.
I feel busier now than I did before.
Well, I'm segueing into that because I did watch some Netflix, and in the beginning I took my boys fishing. In the beginning, we didn't leave the house.
Yeah,
I have a 94-year-old mother at my house, so yeah, the mask goes on, I sanitize and all that. But I started working with the Boys and Girls Club, and let's backtrack 2-3 weeks ago on a Saturday. Will Armstead, I love this guy, man. We grilled 1,400 hot dogs on a Saturday. He says, "You ready for tomorrow?" I said, "What's tomorrow?" He goes, "Hamburgers." Well, you can get 80 dogs on the grill. You can only get 20 hamburgers on the grill, and we did 2,000 of those. Then this past weekend, we fed 35,000 families.
That is
35,
awesome.
and they got food for a week. 2 gallons of milk, chicken, bread. And there's some beautiful people that have been so generous with their coins.
Yeah.
And it makes you smile that no one in this county or no one in this city, these 2 cities, should ever have to worry about being fed. And if there is a way, and if your families or anybody that is hurting, reach out to us. We'll
Yeah.
make sure you're fed. I promise
the
you that.
food bank has done some great mobile
Awesome.
drive-throughs here
Yep.
at Longwood, out at the fairgrounds. They've done them down in
Yep.
Port St. Lucie.
Graceway Village. I
Yep.
mean, there's been a big collaboration to make sure that the families are fed. And somebody said, "Why are you doing this?" It's so gratifying to see those. We had 600 cars just where we were the other day, and the look on their faces like we're their salvation. We
Yeah.
help them because they're going through. A lot of people are going through really tough times, and we feel their pain, and we're going to help them.
Well, more importantly, why did we get into this? We got into this to help people.
Yep,
And I think
absolutely.
the hardest thing about this pandemic, at least for myself, is that a lot of the control that's going on is in the state level, and they're doing the best that they can. I don't
Sure.
want to make that sound like it's a negative, but
Sure.
we can't necessarily help them with their unemployment claims.
Yeah.
So what can we do is the question. And Commissioner Mitchell, you're right. I've seen it on Facebook. You have stepped up to the plate. We've helped also in the city with our food bank. We actually had the food pickup service at the Civic Center. And so we're doing our part as well as where we can help. And that I had two unemployment calls yesterday from residents that had called me about 6 weeks ago and still have not gotten a check.
I have the same stories to tell.
And I just said, I can't help you here, but do you need food? I can get you food. I can get you other resources. What do you need direct resources that I might be able to help you with?
Yeah.
So, and I feel that people really need to know that.
That, and I know even the utilities department has offered some assistance, like
Yeah.
waivers and deferrals, and across the board,
Yes.
Fort Pierce, St. Lucie County. So, like you said, probably the biggest complaint or frustration has been on the unemployment side at
Absolutely.
the state level, and I'm sure it's frustrating for you all because, like you said, we don't have a lot of control over that
Yes.
other than here's the number to call and website.
See, that problem was before this
And
pandemic.
exactly,
Yeah.
yeah,
Because
it's been well done.
I represent workers. I'm getting retired this Friday. I got 3 more days of work from my previous.
Congratulations.
Thank you
Yes,
so much, and I'm
congratulations.
excited. It's bittersweet, but there was a problem before that.
Yeah.
And it's just it came to a light
Yeah.
with this, and it's a shame. We'll get it fixed, but just I would have 60-year-old journeyman iron workers that say, we're going to computers. I don't even have a flip phone.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'm just not going to do it.
Yeah.
And it was like we were only getting 15% statewide of people that were eligible for unemployment. And then when this pandemic hit and you get hundreds of thousands of people trying to get into a system that wasn't prepared for it.
Yeah.
It wasn't even prepared for it before.
Sure.
And it blew up.
Yeah.
And, we're doing everything we can, I'm sure, as a state and Governor DeSantis to fix these things. But it's a problem.
Yeah.
Well, I think everyone's kind of had an all hands on deck. I know that Representative Overdorf, Representative Hogan
Yep.
Johnson,
They've been taking calls.
Yeah.
State Senator Gail Harrell, Congressman Mast, all of our local state and federal partners have really said, how can I help?
Yeah.
And so it's been a team effort, and we always wish we could do more.
Of course.
Yeah. About your retirement, though, real quick. So what are
Yeah.
you doing? Quitting your first job to get into your second career now?
When I ran for office, and one of the biggest reasons I ran is because I believe in vocational training and pathways to the middle class. We just finished a job. A lot of apprentices that live in this county finished Met Stadium ahead of schedule a few months back. We did it, and these are people that live here. They pay taxes here. They're homeowners here.
And it looks good.
Oh, we did it.
Oh, it's so nice.
I don't like to brag, but they did a fantastic job. But that was one of the biggest reasons that I ran. And I knew that if I was successful by the grace of God and I won, that the first year and a half were going to be tough for me. I'm going to be, pulling 2 jobs, putting 80, 90 hours a weekend. But you know what? I love it. And it's bittersweet. I'm leaving the position, but I love doing this for the people. Like Councilwoman Carballo just said, it's what we do. You want to be able to help people, and whatever you can do to make your county a better place to eat, live, work, and play, I'm in.
Yeah, absolutely. That's one of the reasons I do what I do too.
Yeah. And you're good at it.
Well, thank you. Try. So I have a lot of practice. Keep me out for 2 more years. I still can get better. Anything we need to mention before we wrap up the show? Anything we didn't get to?
You know what? Councilwoman Carballo came to me, I don't know, maybe 3-4 months ago before the pandemic, and she was, and I want you to allude to it for a minute. When we have Walton Road that comes out to Indian River Drive, and we're working about getting those speed bumps in, and we'll have some news down the road, I'm sure, about that, because it's a problem. People are doing 80 miles an hour on a beautiful scenic drive that we want the people to slow down. But she came to me with a suggestion and an idea, and I'm all in. So I'll let you talk about it for a second.
So, the council collectively has always talked about how can we create beautiful opportunities within the city and in the county. And tree canopies have something that has always been spoken about. The mayor has always spoken a lot about that. And I was like, well, where could we put a really awesome tree canopy? And, everyone's telling, do we get a bridge? Can we get a bridge?
Yeah.
And I always tell them, I'm like, if we do get a bridge, it'll be probably when I'm long dead and
Yeah,
gone.
it took us,
'Cause the
20
amount of
years for the
time-
crosstown? Yeah.
Well, that's why they only have 2 units out at St. Lucie Nuclear Power Plant.
Yeah.
They wanted another bridge, and we never got the bridge.
And it takes time. So I allude back to when the mayor it was a State of a City address that he talked about the potential of the economic development and as far as the redevelopment of the eastern side, which we share.
That's correct.
And you have the bridge to get to one side in Fort Pierce. You have the bridge in Martin County to be able to get to the other side of the beach. What would draw people to be able to want to come to the eastern side of Port St. Lucie? And I know that I lived in South Florida at one point in time. And when you want to head to the beach, there's these beautiful tree canopies in certain areas like the Grove.
Yep.
And what if we did a gorgeous tree canopy right there on Walton Road and give people a beautiful entrance to access their beaches? And I think there's an opportunity there. That road needs some work, just like some
Yeah,
of the roads that we have around the
Yeah.
community.
It can't get done overnight, but what a concept.
Yeah, yeah.
It is. It's great, and and there's also some environmental
Oh, I'm
opportunities.
sure.
So
The wading
speaking-
birds. And,
Well, when I spoke to your staff, because we actually had a great meeting with your
Don
team,
West,
with
yeah.
Don had even said that if we could work with the state and potentially seek grant funding, we may be able to lift the road and allow water to go
Flow
through, which is
underneath
going
it,
to
yeah.
really, really help the overall environment of the savannas.
Because when you
So-
drive down there, sometimes
Oh, yeah,
it gets flooded.
Yeah, yeah, no
So
doubt.
it would kill two birds. Well, I shouldn't say
Yeah,
kill two birds.
yeah, saves two birds at once.
Saves two birds.
Save the two
I like
birds
that.
with one stone.
Yeah.
But
Awesome.
yeah, so that's the concept, and I eventually, you'd have to go through your commission first,
sure.
and maybe I get
But
to go through my
here's an
council.
individual thinking outside the box,
Yeah.
trying to make things better. And I just, I've
Sounds
got a
like
lot
a
of
good
respect
sales
for
tax project
Councilwoman
for both of us.
Carballo.
you know?
Yes,
The
absolutely.
sales tax. Yeah.
Yeah, the sales tax.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for Prima Vista.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah,
looking
I
forward to
flew
that.
the drone over
Thank
that
you
the other
for-
day. It's looking
It's
good.
looking real good, yeah.
Yeah, because it's tough. We have these crossing lines, and sometimes, I hate to say that's a county road.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I want to be
And
able
we
to.
get those same calls
I know
too.
the
and I say,
same
no, that's
thing.
a city road.
I
Or
know.
no, that's the state has that.
But it's so nice to be able to see Prima Vista be improved. That's been a long waiting list for the
Yes.
county, I know.
For years.
And our city residents are excited about that partnership, so that's good.
Awesome. Well, thank you both for coming on the show
Thank
today.
you.
Thank you.
All right. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back to wrap up the show. We hope you've enjoyed this edition of Inside St. Lucie, and we hope you'll tune in again next month. If you have topics or subjects you'd like to see covered here on the program relating to St. Lucie County government, give us a call at 772-462-1791 or send us an email at pio@stlucieco.org. And if you'd like to see a previously aired episode of this or other SLC TV programs, visit our YouTube channel at youtube.com/stluciegov. I'm your host, Eric Gill, for myself and the staff. Thanks for watching.